Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Friday afternoon, October 16th, and we are looking at the market profile of the SPY ETF here on Window Trader. And it was a decent day for the bulls until they decided to give up a lot in M period. What happened in M, I thought would happen early in the day. We'll get to that in a moment. I think both the high of the day and our afternoon rally high was just a bit of attempting to get into the upper distribution from the 14th. They certainly attempted big time here in B and C. They tried again in K and L, only to get rejected both times. We traded most of the day in the lower distribution. We went back and forth through the open a lot. We did gap higher. The gap gets filled in M period. We take out the price probe from yesterday. The single prints hold by basically 2 cents from yesterday, so the trend day. But as you can see, we are attempting to push lower here in N period. So a good day. Look, overall for the bulls, they have to be pretty much satisfied. Yes, we traded higher earlier in the week, but it was poor structure. They repaired a lot of that poor structure. They still ended up, we were up $13 last week. We end up 50 cents for the week. So it's a wash on the week. However, I think we got better structure and we're in balance. Now the key is to come out of this daily balance to the upside. It's a 3-day balance, we'll call it. Yesterday's low is the low of the balance, and Wednesday, the 14th high is the high of it. That's going to determine if you're able to take out the 3-day balance to the upside, well, then maybe we resume back up. However, if we come out and take out yesterday's low, well, then we're going to start going back to bear again, at least on the daily. We had a good day in the room, called the day well. It would have had a good day trading. I know my money is out of Schwab, and I don't know if it's officially in Tastyworks yet, so I'm hoping. I haven't checked the account yet. If it is, hopefully I could trade Monday. If not, I'm hoping Tuesday the latest. We'll see. I'm excited about starting there. So my trades I would have done today. So we opened on a gap, and I said I would look at M's high for a visual play, and that did happen. We got above the opening, got to it, would have taken a short play, the 350 puts that would have expired today, and it would have came back down through the opening for a winning trade. Then when A traded lower in the time frame, we finally got that naked point of control, right? So I would have taken the 347 call, and that would have worked out as we went right back up to the opening. So it would have been a nice short in A, a nice long in A. Then in B period, B takes out A's high. I'm like, oh, we might have a lowest accepted price. We get into the single prints. I'm like, that's short. Remember, I was looking to short it in A period if we got into it. I'm like, that short's over, not going to happen. So as we got closer to filling the single prints, I would have taken a 348 call play, and that would have made small, because again, I was only looking for that. So once we filled the singles from the 14th, I would have gotten out of that call play. Would not have expected. I thought we would have gotten a little more, I don't know if, I hate using the word resistance, but I thought we would have had a little more trouble getting into the upper distribution from that day. But these algos ripped higher, so if I would have held on to that long, it would have worked for a lot more money. C period opened, took out B's high. We had a nice set of single prints. When it started coming in, not up here, but when it started coming in towards C's low, I said I'd be comfortable taking a call play, and I would have taken the 349s. Initially, I would have bought, I forgot what it was. I had it all written down, but I would have bought about 100 of them. I think it would have gotten me up. It was, I think, 20 I bought, 30 I bought, and then 100 at around $3 and, not $3. It was a 349 calls. I forgot exactly what price they were trading at. But it held C's, it held the C low from the 14th, went back up, which would have provided a nice out and a nice trade for me. Now, D period stopped the one-time framing up and filled the singles. Could have taken a short. I did not. Would have taken a short, though, in E. It was right at half back, right below C's low, and rolled back over for a nice trade. Those were the 351 puts. Would have taken a long in H period to see us, once we took out G's high, take the long, and now I'm looking for the afternoon rally high. Again, that was the 347 calls. Those would have worked out. Then we got to the level which I thought would be an afternoon rally high. I took a short. It came back in, turned out to be a nice trade. Actually came down. Now, when they came in, I took them off at point of control. So it was a nice, it didn't take out eyes high yet. So when I took that short in J, I got out of the calls, took the short in J before it took out eyes high. I was like, if it gets up here, I'll add. But it actually came all the way down to point of control. And I was like, that's a nice trade, and took them off. Then when J took out eyes low, I was thinking about getting back on, but it happened so quick and reversed so quick. I'm like, forget it. I'm not getting involved because I think we'll have a reversal bar, which we did. So I didn't do anything. By the way, look at the way we're ripping down here in end period. Pushing down pretty good. Now, K, I said, if I took any more shorts, I'd be very careful because we were nibbling around D's high and C's low from this day. And when both times they got above D's high, and then I'm like, you know what? If I take a short, it's going to be very small. I didn't do it. Well, L open got poor high from K and absolutely reversed and ripped down. So whoever did take that short, there were a bunch in the room that did, made out very, very well. The only other trade I would have considered and should have done, and again, I didn't do it. I don't know if I would have done it if I was trading real money, but I was talking in the room. When M took out L's low, I said the odds now of taking out today's low and filling the gap are very good. And that's what we did. Now, I didn't take the trade. I didn't announce the trade in the room, so I can't say I took it. Again, I can't lie to myself. Lying to myself is silly. Lying to the room is lying to myself or lying to anybody. So I would not. I didn't take it, but that would have been a good trade. So again, 10 wide. It got lowered to the lowest it can get, which is eyes low, but we are 10 wide. We did flush out pretty good. I would have expected this flush earlier in G period. That's where I was looking to get long. If we had taken out the day's low, fill the gap, maybe test the price probe, and then go back up to POC. That's what I was looking for a long down here. There was no way I was taking that long in M period, and I told the room that. I said M is a different breed, so stayed out of it. Okay. Destinations for Monday. Upside, we had a price probe. That's A's low now, 348.27. Then we are 10 wide, as low as it could get, which was J's low, I's low, of 349.08. In fact, I wrote it down wrong. I had already written A's high. I didn't think we were going to rip as low, but it's I's low now. It got pulled from A's high to I's low, 349.08. Afternoon rally high, K's high, 349.92. That's also a pull high against L. And then today's high, 350.75. For the downside, we have today's low of let me just make sure it was 347.10. Yep, 347.10 is today's low. Then we have the single prints from yesterday, 347.08, get filled at 03. The afternoon pullback low in G of 345.77. And then weekly low now and balance low of 343.13. So, again, that's going to be a very visual area. And then let's go to the charts. Monthly, still in balance. Nothing's changed there. 3-month balance. We'll see how that plays out. Again, we have 2 weeks to go in the month. Are we going to have an inside month? Possibly. That would make for a great setup. Talk about a setup going into the election with an inside month. Weekly, still healthy. One-time framing up 3 weeks. We stayed. No, we didn't. Look at that. So last week's high was 347.35. We closed at 347.29. So just barely inside this week. Nothing wrong with that. One-time framing up 3 weeks. The key is now this week's low. You don't want to take out yesterday's low. If you do that, the one-time framing would end and we'd be back into balance. And the daily, I am now calling it a 3-day balance. It's healthy. We filled this gap. We filled today's gap. We filled 2 gaps, right? We had the weekly and the daily. We filled them. We even filled today's gap. That's healthy to me. Yesterday's low is the important one. This is the 3-day balance. If you come out of it to the downside, well, then you're going to go test the 50-day moving average. You're going to fill the last gap, and then we're going to be back into this mess, which you really don't want. If you take out the 3-day balance to the upside, then we have a chance to go take out the weekly high and get into that last set of single prints from this real stubborn day from September 3rd to try to get to the all-time high. Hope you had a great week trading. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Come check us out at camelbacktrading.org, and we'll speak prior to the opening on Monday.